Really powerful segments there. And today, the power of spoken word. Now, there's some questions for you, Tamara, and also both of us share some spoken word and share what motivated us, what inspired us to write those spoken word pieces. So what changes in you, would you say, the moment you go on stage is one of the questions.
What changes in me when I
Yeah.
go on stage is that I ascend. I'm like on a mountain top, and I can see all around me, and I can feel everything, and I can hear everything, and I am fearless, and I am free. And the more people in the audience, the better, the merrier. I am absolutely free. So it's like I'm one with nature. I'm one with everything. I'm on a higher frequency. Definitely. Yeah.
That's powerful, Tamara. And the second question is, how does performing differ? So when you're on the stage, are you like is it a different side of self? So does the reception that you receive from people, is it different to when you're off stage and you're not the performer, or is it all the same for you?
It's all the same for me. When I'm sitting having a meal, I get people approach me and, you know, making comments about my poetry or my book or something like that, or even about the charity that I founded, and I'm chairman of that and trustee. And on stage, on stage, there is a difference because on stage, you can see the actual, you can feel the actual responses from people, through their body language or through their eyes or facial expressions and so on, and also through hand expressions as well. Yes, yes. So it's slightly different, but there's not much difference in it, really. It's all
Nice.
one of the same.
Brilliant, Tamara. And we do want to hear some spoken word from you. So because this is UK Black Men Talk Show, men can go first. If you would like to deliver spoken word first, that is absolutely fine.
Well, I won't refuse going first.
There you
Why
go.
not?
Why not? Exactly. Why not? You go first, Tamara.
Yes. Well, I'm looking at the walk of shame, and so I'll get on with that. And the walk of shame was I wrote the walk of shame when I was in rehab. When I recalled the day that I pretended I wanted to more ingredients for a meal, but actually I had a craving for crack and alcohol, and so I sneaked out, told my girlfriend I'm going to the shops to get some ingredients for the cooking. Instead, I came back with no ingredients and went straight into the bathroom. And when I
Right.
came out, she disappeared. Came out the bathroom, the front door was wide open, and she was gone. And I've never seen her again.
Wow.
And following that experience that day, this is what happened. Well, with the walk of shame, I walked in the rain all night until dawn and got soaked to the skin, an explosion deep within that went straight to my head. I thought that I was dead. The walk of shame came when you walked out to me, and I was left alone in despair and misery. Was it because I drank too much? Or the drugs that had me in their clutch? You walked out of my life as silent as a cat. I had no time to regroup or react. The walk of shame came when you walked out to me, and I was left alone in despair and misery. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Tamara. Giving you the applause there. Thanks for sharing as well what inspired you to write that piece as well. That must have been really quite something to come out and then she's gone. So thanks for sharing that with us, Tamara Gabriel. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good now. I've got it off my chest. You know, it's good to keep exercising these experiences. You know,
Yes.
we don't want to be living them and reliving them. So every time I remember them, it's good to get it out and
It
let it
helps you.
go.
I have my one that I'm going to share with you right now, share with everyone. And I delivered a segment about Ken Booth, it was. And then an elder listening said to me, you cannot do Ken Booth without researching Desmond Dekker. So, Tamara, I was engrossed in the research with Desmond Dekker, for Desmond Dekker. It was so powerful. And I'm really connected with Desmond Dekker that I wrote a spoken word from that. Some listeners said they wanted to hear it again. Before the mighty Marley roared, before Ken Booth told us his truth, a special man existed that the world adored. He stood in pointed rude boy shoes. His genre of music came after the blues. Desmond Dekker was his name. By the mid-60s he rose to fame. Voice of the voiceless, a son of Shantytown, a man who told truth from when he was a youth. Truth in harmony, this man knew his destiny. When the world heard Israelites, Jamaican music shined so bright, raising awareness through creativity, expressing the poverty, the struggle, the plight. It seemed like his journey changed overnight. Desmond Dekker knew that his music was due. The world was ready. He gave them ska to rock steady. Yes, he led the way, and here we are today, reflecting on Desmond Dekker in a positive way. We salute the trailblazer, the godfather, the son, the rude boy, the original number one.
Yeah. Come on. I'm in a rock steady mood now myself. Yeah, and a bit of reggae thrown in too. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. That took me right back to when I was 12, 13, 12, started lead singer of a band called Tracks, and that was one of the tracks we used to do was Israelites. Get up in the morning, slaving for bread, sir. You know,
Oh, wow.
so that every mouth can pay. Yeah, indeed.
So, Tamara, I really love these. For those people who are new to the show, Tamara was there, and Tamara shares so much about those times, and it's really been really cool just connecting and having conversations across the board with you, Tamara. So I just want to sit with that, as I say right now, to say thanks for being a guest where you take me on a journey. We've had so many conversations, and people say that they just love the live conversations that we have here on UK Black Men Talk Show with you, Tamara Gabriel. So spoken word is powerful. The power of spoken word, there's a release. I feel better. There's a release. There's a sense of connection. You connect to the topics that you're sharing. So with regards to yourself, Tamara, and this energy that you have, and people comment about it, were you always someone who was creative with this? Yeah.
Always. It's just a part of me. And I think this is where I went into depression, because when I stopped being creative and went drinking and drugging, that really made me depressed. Or when I went into company and kept company with people who were not creative, but were just dishonest and violent and greedy and selfish and dishonest and so on. It didn't help my cause. I had to be amongst my kind and co-creating with them. And I'm so glad I'm now in that position, whereas before, for a very long time, I wasn't. And that was a major part of my depression, apart from the trauma that I came through from childhood, actually.
Yes.
And adulthood.
Well, we're pleased that you continued with this creative side of yours. So a second poetic narrative, what are you going to share with us right now, Tamara? What comes to
Well, it's
mind?
staring at me. It's staring at me, and it's called Death and the Old Man,
Oh,
which is the second poem that I wrote for a school magazine. This was a brand new school magazine, and we was asked to start one by the headmaster. We were in the academic stream, and my first poem was called "The Lion," which I'll recite another day. Which was actually got great acclaim. It was considered as the best bit of literature in the whole magazine. And then I followed that up with Death and the Old Man. And I was only about 12 then as well when I wrote this.
nice.
Death and the Old Man. Death, Death, where are you, Death? I'm a man who's 90 years old. I've been seeking you, Death, seeking you. And I've roamed all over the world. Now's the chance I've been waiting for. My heart has turned cold and sour. So please, Death, devour me now in your jaws of death this hour. I have no friends or relatives. I have no one to show to. So please, Death, devour me now, so I'll meet them in the mansions above. But Death paid no heed to this man. It walked past him without a care. So the old man was left all alone in serenity and despair. Thank you.
Yes. We applaud you, Tamara Gabriel. Thanks for sharing that with us. Messages are coming through. Messages are coming through right now. Yeah, they're enjoying the spoken word, Tamara. So we managed to get quite a few spoken words in today. How are you?
Wonderful.
Yes, it feels good. How do you feel? How do you feel right now?
Great. I feel good, although I am going through a period of grieving at the moment because of the recent passing of my mother, and reminded me, and really and truly, and suddenly that poem came up, and it's sort of I'm not surprised that it did, really, because there you go.
Yes,
And
going to share with everyone that Tamara, after the break, we are going to move into something more personal and a moment of honour and remembrance that sits at the heart of collective honour. So we are going to be sitting with Tamara after the break while Tamara shares about his beautiful mother. So that's a personal tribute after the break. So Tamara, we really appreciate you sharing the poetry, and yeah, poetry can trigger us. It really can. So to the people listening who think that some people think that they can't get into writing, they'll say, oh, only you guys can do it, we can't do it. Everyone can write. Everyone can write in a few words. You tell them, Tamara. You tell them.
everyone can write. Anyone who can talk can write. You can talk, you can write. You can think, you can write. This is a simple, because what I'm saying now is a poem. What I just said is a poem. It's as simple as that. And before I go any further, I'd just like to add that Death and the Old Man reminded me this. There are people who are eager to die, waiting to die. Death, please take me now. There's so many of us eager to live, and at the same time there are people eager to die, and there are people crying and grieving even many years later after the beloved has passed and so on. But there are so many people waiting to die, dying to die, craving death itself.
They are,
And also addiction is part of that.
We definitely look forward to talking about the addiction when you return for the addiction conversation. And right now we're going to go to a break, and after the break, Tamara is going to share his personal tribute, really powerful personal tribute to his beautiful mother after the break. Supreme Radio.